Hello and welcome to today's videos. We're going to recap play-ins day 5 and then put a little wrap up on play-ins as well. Yesterday I went over the impact of the Pain Gaming win over Rainbow 7. So we're not going to talk about that all that much outside of just, some brief things. So Pain win 2-1. I had Pain winning 2-1. I figured the bot side of the rift would be the difference, and it was. For some reason, Rainbow 7 decided to put Summit on like Quesante and champions of the like, and it just was not the play. You do not want to put your best player on a facilitator, a weak side player. Sorry, a weak side champion, if you will. I got some, So at one point, shoot, I got something in my eye. At one point, even Weiser solo killed Summit, which is something. Weiser showed up in a big way in these play-ins, and he deserves a lot of credit for that. But Cheetan, 15, 10, 19, 35% of damage. Karoka, 7, 8, and 27. Getting around the rift much better than Adi. Kine, 14, 7, 18, 14, 7, 8. 35% of damage in the loss. He was dragging Rainbow 7 to a Game 3, and Game 3 was very entertaining, back and forth, chaotic. A lot of people take issue with the lack of macro and the lack of divisiveness, I guess, if you will, or it just wasn't clear. The plan was, hey, let's just keep fighting, and the winner will take over, going back and forth, throwing back and forth. But honestly, that competitiveness I would rather have than a slow game that was methodical, that was just, predictable. I don't want to see otherwise we shouldn't even have this tournament at all. If you want the best teams if you want all the teams to play their very best, then, the tournament is going to go one way because there's only one best team, right? So some people have bad days, some people play differently than others, and this series was a classic. It's a series to remember, because not only do Pain go to the main event, and that's great for Brazil and all that, but it was Brazil against Latin America, and those two are going to join with NA next year in the Americas Conference, which is what the video was about yesterday. And that's a big deal. Leading into next year, we have this moment. And, you want that final spot to go to Swiss Stage to be competitive, because in Series 2, 100 Thieves PSG smoked them. I want to say 35-10 in kills between the two games. Absolutely crushed them. Betty, 16-1 and 14, 31% of damage. Junjia, Deathless, 6-0-24. Quid, 174, 30% of damage in the loss. Second game, he was on Renekton mid. And if this is the first video you've watched of my Worlds coverage, I absolutely hate Renekton mid. Renekton top is bad enough, and mid is even worse. So that was a loss in draft, and it played out like it. If Sniper didn't have some moments on Aatrox, I don't even know what anyone would take away from this 2-game set. It was terrible by 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves they beat the Hawks. I thought they would beat PSG. I thought Quid was playing excellent against the Hawks, but then he goes against PSG and they put him on Renekton. Tomo Isla into Betty Woody just didn't have it either. It was disgusting. Frankly, there's not much to say because it was just such a blowout. It was not even close. It really wasn't. So, with that over, let's go over some things here. So the meta. A lot of people want to talk about what's the meta, this and that. Well, coming out of play-ins, these are the 10 champions with the highest presence. Not what you see on the Rift, but also what's being banned. Because in my opinion, things that are banned are even more OP than what you see on the Rift. So your mind is clearly being controlled by what you see versus, hey, let's think about this for a second. There are 10 champions that were not even allowed in this game that are considered more OP than what I'm seeing here. And, it hurts people's egos and emotions when you start talking like that. But Skarner, most picked, followed by Yone, Ashe, Quesante, Aurora, Ziggs, Syndra, Vi, Oriana, Sejuani. In tomorrow's video will be in depth on Yone, Syndra, and Skarner. But you see there are 3 junglers, 3 mids, a couple tops, a couple AD carries, but no supports. The support role is a gambit. It is truly whatever you want to pick down there right now going into the main event. And we'll see if that continues. But as of right now, that's kind of the deal. The Skarner pick in the jungle seems strong. The Yone pick, of course, is OP. That is right now king in win rate and clearly being picked or banned for a reason. So there's that. Jin's not on here in presence, but has a super high win rate. So it is going to be interesting at the main event how Jin factors into things. The All Pros, I have Kiea in top of Gam Esports. By the way, this is 100% off of stats. I think I used KDA with assists counting as half, CS per minute, kill participation, damage divided by gold, vision, score divided by wards placed, gold difference at 15 minutes, and solo kills per game. Should have done champions per game as well, but it is what it is. Kiea, first, had an excellent 4-game set. Elyoya, in control for Matt. I think he led in KP, 88% or so, which holds true with what we saw during season finals. Kine in mid. Played excellent, honestly. Did he have moments that made you kind of be like, oh, shoot, but over the grand scheme of things, he was what dragged Rainbow 7 to where they were. And statistically, it shows. Hell, even in this loss, 14, 7, 8, 35% of damage. Like, he was not the reason they lost. Will this give him a chance to go to the LCS next year? I don't know. Well, not LCS, sorry. I mean, he's going to be in Americas if he stays with Rainbow 7. So he's going to be against, competition at his level, I guess. Supa Alvaro in the bot lane. I think you could have went with Curry at support as well if we go away from the stats and just impact. That Nico pick was very strong. His Alistar looked decent at times as well. But Supa was, he dealt 1,000 damage per game across 4 games, so that speaks for itself. That high damage is, something to note. And didn't die, which is also good. Didn't die and dealt high damage. Yeah, and honestly, the 80 carry role, Cheaton hit a good one too. They mentioned a couple Pain Gaming players, but, they did play 8 games, so they played a long sample, and they lost a couple games, right? So you're not going to have great stats when you lose games. So that's kind of the deal there, but thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.